Yo, what up, Sam?
Hello, darling.
Hey, come on in.
Welcome to our crib.
Welcome to the studio a la Nolan Streets.
This is Patricia.
Yeah, the studio manager. She'll be
Yeah.
taking all of your requests.
Yep.
Tea, biscuits, coffee.
Oh, no.
She's been on it. She's been slacking a lot lately, though.
Yeah.
So,
No,
you know.
Daddy did not mean that, darling.
No. She's cute, you know.
We're going to walk you into the studio.
Studio.
Yes.
We're going to walk you into the studio, darling. This is where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Alright, so, yeah, welcome. So, it's a bit of a tip right now. We got 3 Paws Productions set
In the
up
house.
in here. We're about to start filming our first interview.
And sex tape.
Oh my god, yeah, we're some of you guys have sent in some questions and we can't wait to get down to it.
Yeah. Get down on it. We want to welcome you to our first interview where we are talking everything 111.
Hi, my name is Bryant, aka B Money.
And I'm Ethel Shotter.
And welcome to our
studio.
This is where all the magic happens. This is where all the creativity flows, or not flows, you know,
Yeah.
it's all part of the game. Mm-hmm. So today, Ethel, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about?
well, first, before we dive into some questions, let's cheers.
Oh, yeah.
This monumental... What's the word? Monumental. Monumentous.
Momentous occasion, monumental occasion, you know, both of those work.
Yeah,
You know.
that occasion. Legendary occasion. We have finished the album, Brian.
Oh, God, yeah. I told myself I was going to, you know,
We nearly
smoke
divorced
a little bit
10
and
times.
relax, but, you know, here we are. Yeah. So now it's on to part 2 of the album, which is after you've created the work, you know, as an artist, it's all of the, you know, the promotional stuff, the questions, the digging deeper, the, you know, letting audiences in to know more about you. Because people want to listen to you, not just some random song, right?
So I went on Instagram yesterday and I asked everyone to ask us a question.
Right.
Me and you.
Right.
Anything about us, anything about the album. And we got a lot of answers. Sam has picked 10 questions completely at random. So I have no idea, like, what these questions are. You have no idea what these questions are.
Right, so you're going to actually bear all for the viewers and your audience and your fans that love you so much.
Literally.
I mean, we've been waiting 11 years, so we need some juicy stuff to actually, like,
Yeah,
digest.
11 years since my last album.
Yeah, and track 11 is I Will Wait. Hopefully we don't have to wait another 11.
Yeah, probably.
You're like,
I
keep on
move
waiting,
slow.
guys.
No. No.
Yeah.
But the way we're going to do it, Brian,
Yes.
is we're
As a
going to
wife
use
would say to her husband.
we're going to use the famous lampshade hat. That
Now, what's the lampshade hat?
well, I never got to wear this. I had high hopes for this hat. I wanted to wear it for a music video for I Will Wait.
Right.
And I mean, I think you've probably seen the pictures and
Yeah.
the viral memes.
I mean, yeah, Sam did that whole thing where it was like, I
Yeah.
will wait for
Yeah,
my
basically
Starbucks.
I look like an absolute tosspot. I looked like such a dickhead in this outfit. Like I was thinking it was like high fashion, Met Gala, like, you know, very Vogue, and I look like a dickhead. So
Well, I mean, okay, from a guy's perspective, though, all Vogue fashion is, I mean, I can't make sense of it. So
yeah, you
I just, you know.
you wouldn't.
I would use that term lightly. You know,
Yeah.
you looked great. Okay.
Thanks.
As a supportive husband would say.
But I didn't. But I didn't get rid of the hat. I've kept the hat because I will wear it one day. But
Yeah.
for this
11 years from
exercise, we're going to be using it to pick out a question.
Okay, perfect. Are you picking first or am I?
I think you should pick first.
Okay. All right. I don't want to pick the first thing. You know, you have
Patsy's
to.
now wearing it.
Oh, Pat! This is Patricia, the dog.
Yep.
You want to give us a quick?
You want to introduce yourself? No,
Can't eat the
good
microphone.
job.
All right. She's Pat. She's the inspiration behind all of it. Most effective form of birth control on the planet. You know, have a
Yeah.
dog. You can actually, it's a baby you can leave at home for 8 hours while you gig. All right. So first question. Would you consider adopting me?
Go on, what is it? Wait, are you answering this or am I? Your answer.
I'm just trying to digest who TF actually wrote this question. Would you consider adopting me or involving me in a non-sexual three-way? Bradley from Florida wants to know. All right. Well, thank you,
Definitely
Bradley,
a
for your
threesome. Oh, you said non-sexual.
non-sexual three-way.
Sexual three-way.
That was not an option, but okay, perfect. So I would
Answer the
definitely.
question, Brian. Would you consider adopting Bradley from Florida or adopting him in a non-sexual three-way? What's your answer?
Me being me, adoption is one of the most important things that we can learn in this life. Adopting ideas, adopting people, adopting character traits, right? None of us are born, like, I'm not born with any, like, as much musical gifting as you are. But if I adopt in traits that help me to actually build something alongside you, adoption is really important. Yeah, anybody can get it. I mean, come on, it's a whole crew. If one of us wins, we all win. Adoption.
So your answer is you're adopting Bradley from Florida.
Correct.
Okay. Bradley from Florida, I'm going to have a threesome.
All right, perfect. Next question.
Okay, do you want to hold it so I can pick it out?
All right. Bradley from Florida, we got some questions.
No, Bradley from
I got
Florida.
some questions.
I love you.
She don't.
All right. When are we surfing some clouds? Bianca, Atlanta. Oh, I know who this is. Big shout out to Bianca, who is actually a female badass pilot here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Let's
that's
go,
what
Bianca.
that means. When are we surfing some
Yeah.
clouds?
Oh, let's go, Bianca.
First of all, incredible that you're a pilot and that you're female. That's
Girl
just
power,
like
baby.
two tick things.
Yeah.
I would love to go in your plane.
What would you
sounds
actually
really
do in the
sexual.
cockpit?
What?
What would you actually do in the cockpit? What do you think actually happens in there? All right. Next question.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. Have you ever been in a helicopter, Brian?
Once. I was in 4th grade at Kittredge here in DeKalb County. And, it was once, like, super, super briefly, and I barely remember it. Have you been in a helicopter?
I have, yeah. I've been in a helicopter. I went around Rio in Brazil in a helicopter. And and we went past that big statue of the man.
Yeah, the Corpus Christi. Alrighty. So next question.
Okay. All right.
As long as you guys have a look into what daily life is like here in the studio.
And in life.
Okay, and in life. All right. Oh, this is a great question. Lucia. Is this Lucia?
I don't know. Sam picked him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. Was it hard recording an album together whilst also being a married couple? Wow. Should I just answer that? I think you should answer that first.
Was it hard recording an album together
While
whilst being a married couple? Like, I would say yes and no. And the reason I say yes and no is because music is the biggest thing in our lives, separately and together. And so to record an album together was literally like having our first child, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And I guess having your first child, I wouldn't know, but comes with a lot of highs and comes with a lot of lows. And it's stressful and painful, but it's the most amazing thing you could ever do. So I think one of the most amazing things you could do. So yeah, so it was definitely hard at times. There were times where I would just want to be a couple with Brian, and I would want to just watch a film or, have dinner or do something nice, get out the house. And Brian would be very strict about our deadlines and what we had to do. And that would sometimes cause friction. And also just the recording process. I think having your husband telling you to do like something over and over again. And you can't tell me to do something over and over again. I'm a little bit of a diva in that sense. But I'll do it. Go on.
Yeah, your husband telling you that something is not cutting it is probably not ideal for your marriage. Mm-hmm. Right? That's not what you want to hear as well.
Yeah, it was. I took, it was personal sometimes, Yeah. And sometimes, that vulnerability and how personal it was did sometimes creep into our personal life and being a married couple. It's hard to do something in the studio and then just walk away from it and be normal. Like, it's very,
Yeah, it's definitely not clean. So it's a reconciliation of like ideological differences as well. So when you hear the saying that the woman is always right, that your wife is
she
always
is.
right, it doesn't mean that she's actually always right and that you just go along with it. It means that as you mature, you become comfortable with who your partner is and who you are. So I have to become more comfortable with who my wife is versus who I am. And I know that both can be true. I can still be extreme about making a deadline or about the quality of something or, those things and sort of be maybe more like future focused, while Katie, you're actually more like, the beauty of what you can do is you can bring the now magic to it.
I'm the Buddha.
I can bring the future magic, I think, like the long term haul and the grind. So I have to be okay with the fact that you might be upset with me that day because we're not spending time together, because I know that when this album is done, we'll be able to live our purpose, right? Like the goal is to make music and make a living from it. And that is our life. Traveling, making music, doing what we enjoy. That's our purpose in life.
That was very diplomatic. Also that reminds me of, like, the word diplomatic.
What?
In Great
Diplo
British
the
Bake
DJ.
Off.
What?
They use creme diplomat.
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
it is a thing.
Creme. And who knows what creme diplomat is?
Okay, creme diplomat is a bringing together of certain ingredients
What is
to
creme
create like a
diplomat?
cohesive like cream.
Right.
Right? So that's what creme diplomat is, I'm assuming.
Yeah. If anyone knows
well-
what creme is it creme diplomat or cream diplomat?
Okay, great question, Lucia. On to the next
All
one.
right, then.
So to summarize, yeah, it was extremely difficult.
But also amazing.
Yeah, difficult and rewarding. The closest thing you can do to having a kid besides having a dog.
Yeah. Our little baby right here. You got any words?
All right, what's the next question?
All right. What was the inspo for all the fun video teasers? Love them and love you guys, Lauren. Thanks, Lauren.
Yeah, good question, Lauren.
What was the inspo? Okay, well, actually, real talk. The way that I write songs is I kind of like, I think of a story as if it's like a film or a book idea. I always have a film or a book idea all the time. And I always go to Bryant saying, I've got this idea. And then I always kind of put it into song form. And so I basically think of the music video before I actually write the song. So all of the music videos that we put out, I had these kind of like seeds and these little ideas. And my original plan for 111 was to have 11 songs that were only 1 minute and 11 seconds. I wanted,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, and I wanted to do that because we live in a world now where we have a very low, short concentration span. Talking about me the most, like my concentration, I'm like 2 seconds, like it's nuts. And so I sometimes don't always have like the patience to, listen to a full album. I do if I love the artist, but because I haven't released music in a long time, I just wanted to like hit people hard, just boom, boom, boom. I was very inspired by Tierra Whack, who did that same kind of model with one of her albums.
The 1 minute, 11-second format was your inspiration.
Yeah.
And so that sort of led you to...
So that led me, so then my partner in crime, Samantha Jones, we met up and I said to her, I've got this crazy idea. I'd love to do mini music videos for every song on the album. It's only going to be 1 minute 11, so that it'll be just, half a song. Can you help me with it? And, she's amazing. And she jumped at the idea. And without her, I wouldn't have had any of the videos. And I gave her sort of my initial ideas. And then she just took it from an idea into what they became. And couldn't have done it without her. Like it was such a fun, incredible process. And a lot of them as well, sometimes like we'd have the idea and Sam would do a whole script and a storyboard, and one thing about Samantha Jones and Bryant is that they are very organised human beings and I'm not. So they help me get all my crazy ideas down on paper and they execute it. And so Sam would have this whole storyboard and a whole script and the actors and the venue, everything was
list.
super organised and super booked. But sometimes with the videos, things last minute like wouldn't really work out like how we thought they were going to work out, and then we'd have to just think on our feet. And sometimes they were just like, it ended up being really amazing because of that. So yeah, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, so I think to your point, part of it was the Tierra Whack format, right? And Questlove ended up saying last year, you know, this generation is so blessed to have an artist that doesn't come around that often like Tierra Whack, right? That's what everybody was saying about her. She made a movie on Hulu that was filmed as a documentary about how she was getting approached by Illuminati, and made it seem like this documentary was like unfolding to like actually be true, and you had to go on Google just to figure out it was just like an idea she had.
Yeah.
So I think that that definitely played into some of the inspiration. Using a 1 minute 11 second format, that was how most of the songs were written, right? They were written to fit that 1 minute 11 second format,
Yeah.
which was perfect for like filming an idea.
And exactly, and just to sort of finish that point, I had all these 1 minute 11 songs, and then we did the videos, and then we loved them so much that we were like, oh, we actually have to finish these songs. Like, they can't just finish at 1 minute 11. And then we ended up, you know, finishing the whole album and doing the full length versions of the songs. So there might be a few extended music videos for some of the songs. Is that right, Sam? Yeah, perfect.
Well, I think also some of the inspiration too was like relationships, right? Like sort of the different phases of a relationship, because that's kind of what 111 is about. It's about, you know, sort of the magic of, you know, love and the ups and downs of a relationship as well, right? So everything from like a crime of passion, right? Where it's like a sort of a crazy like house, like just the police getting called, to like, you know, Can We Pretend, which is like sort of a 80s 90s fantasy of like going to prom with the person you fancy, right? So yeah, I think that was key, you know.
Yeah.
Love is crazy.
Love is
It's
blind.
so crazy. Well, if it comes to your contact prescription strength. I'm joking. Love you. Love you.
Lovely.
All
Just
right,
because you have
perfect.
perfect eyesight.
I don't, and that's
No,
why I
you do
need to
have
quit
perfect
vaping.
eyesight. You have perfect eyesight.
You
You
know-
could be a pilot with Bianca.
Well, as soon as I quit, you know, e-cigarettes, my eyes will get better as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Your
perfect.
mum might watch this, by the way.
Well, sorry, Mom. I mean, hey, it's a lot better than, you know, American Spirits. I feel like I was smoking those out of college. Anyways, moving right along. All right. How did you both meet? Was it playing music? Matt. Oh my goodness. That's such a sweet question.
Yeah.
All right, super easy and simple.
And it definitely wasn't me doing music.
No,
was
it
hilarious.
definitely wasn't. I mean, you can tell your side to this story, because I feel like we always have like a slightly different version, as all good stories do.
Yeah.
You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. No, we met because I was bartending at Eclipse de Luna, a super fun like Latin like tapas restaurant in. They have one in Buckhead and one in Dunwoody as well. But I
Here
was
in
bartending
Atlanta.
at the one in Buckhead, and her friend Roz brought her in. They were just doing happy hour, and I was just bartending on the
Day
night I
drinking.
wasn't supposed to be there. And yeah, so Roz ended up saying, "Hey, well, you live where Katie's recording," because she had a record deal that actually ended up, you know, bringing her over to Atlanta. I lived where she worked over in West Cobb, and I worked where she lived over in Buckhead. So she said, "You should ask her out." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Ended up, you know, drinking the night away, partying, and that was it from there.
Yeah, basically, I walked into the bar. I'd been there all afternoon, day drinking, making very full use of the happy hour. And I'd been outside the bar and I walked inside the bar and Bryant was bartending. I was like, oh, he's well fit. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you were really fit back then. And then, not anymore. Jokes. You know you're fit. No, and yeah, I thought he was really fit. But I had no makeup on. I think I'd just been from like the pool or the gym or something. So like greasy, wet hair. Like I looked rank. And there was all these like gorgeous girls sitting at the bar. and guys, and like flirting with you and stuff and wanting to get your attention. And so I thought I had no chance. But we just got on so well and we just clicked. And yeah, and then you got me drunker. And then we ended up doing a bar crawl in Atlanta. And we ended up like staying out till like 4 a.m. or something. And yeah, it was magical. It was such a good night.
Ran into Charles Barkley.
And yeah, and also, like, how I drank so much that day and that night, but I didn't have a hangover.
It was a love toxin.
Yeah, like,
Aphrodisiac.
That's
the cure to a good hangover.
Well, and I also remember every single moment.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
No, we started playing music during COVID because we were like, all right, we've been drunk at 10:30 a.m. for like 4 months in a row now, so we need to figure out something to do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. We've done music separately though our whole lives. Katie actually had a record deal that moved her here, and I just played the saxophone with random bands. I've been producing and doing stuff like that for about 2 years, and
Yeah.
when we had enough, we just ran.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Rest
Matt.
is history. All right, moving on. I think we've taken too long with these answers. More so you. We'll try and like condense.
Well, you're boring to watch. You just go on and on about God knows what.
How do
You're
I-
talking at a snail's pace.
I'm talking at a snail's face.
Yeah.
I'm,
It's like, oh,
I'm
who wrote these
switching off.
questions? Let's see. Oh my gosh, threesome.
What's your plans after the album? More music? Sydney.
Thanks, Sydney. Great
Thanks,
question.
Sydney. Yeah, absolutely more music. The great thing that's happened from 111 is that we're in this really magical space of creating, and it's just been so much fun to create this body of work from like absolutely nothing. And I think we've both just really got the bug for just because we know we can do it together and we love doing it together. I think we just want to honestly keep creating. We want to collaborate with a lot of artists, a lot of people. There's so many incredible, talented people out there. And so, yeah, collaborating. We perform a lot, so still performing. And yeah, and definitely writing and releasing more music this year. So hopefully you won't get too sick of us.
I think between Sam, you, and me, like we've been we've been able to like kick out some like good work quickly.
Yeah.
So that's been key. My plans after this album were to take an edible and watch Dragon Ball from start to finish. That hasn't happened yet. So
because he is addicted to working, ladies and gentlemen. He's addicted to working. He can't stop, and so that needs to be your New Year's resolution, to be able to take a break and to be okay with that. Because I can take a break. I'm happy to take a break.
an 11-year break.
Take a question.
All right.
How you doing, Pats?
Okay, perfect.
alright.
Have you wrote a song of heartbreak and love together, lyrics and melody wise? Adam from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma in the house.
Have you written a song of love and heartbreak together, music and lyrics?
Do you mean like love and heartbreak in the same song? Like, I've fallen in love with you, but now I hate you.
Don't bother.
Or yeah. Ladies
All
and
right,
gentlemen.
rewind. So, have you wrote a song of heartbreak and love together, lyrics and melody wise? Adam from Oklahoma. So I'm assuming
think he
that
means
within the same song, is it, have you written a song about love and heartbreak together at the same time?
I think, yeah, that's funny because I have totally interpreted that as something different, Brian Larson. Okay. I've interpreted that question as, have me and you written a song together about love and heartbreak, lyrics and music, like both, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how I'm taking Adam's question.
Okay, so what do you think?
Have we written I don't think we have.
I don't think so either.
No,
it's just been you writing about love and
I wrote it all.
heartbreak.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I mean, no. The process was I wrote every song. I normally always write from the piano, and then I came to Brian and I was like, "Da-da, here's my idea," and him being the musical genius that he is, made the song, a demo piano song into something great. So we didn't actually. we didn't write really any songs together as such. Like Bryant would give me his feedback on some stuff and some critique, but a lot of the songs were actually the. There are some songs about Bryant, like direct, and then there's some other songs that are just about random situations. Maybe some people I know, Netflix documentaries that I've watched, like things I get inspired by, hearing someone talking. You know, the Crime of Passion song, obviously I'm not out here murdering Bryant.
We hope not.
Not yet.
So no, we actually haven't written a song about love together, and we haven't written a song about heartbreak together.
We've done it separately about
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the next
Perfect.
album. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Perfect. Moving right along.
Yeah.
Next question.
If you were a superhero villain, what would your powers be?
Now here we go. That's a good
From
question.
Sam. That's a great question. Well, you answer first. If you were a superhero or villain, what would your superpowers be? And that's
Okay.
from Sam.
I would definitely be a villain, and I just feel like the Joker would be the most fun villain to be. Also because, you know, Batman's got gadgets, but I mean,
But
right,
so why
who
would you
doesn't?
be the Joker?
It's so much fun. You're making a deep, like, metaphorical statement. You're making a philosophical statement. You're showing the world how badly you've been hurt, and they just want you to smile through it. You know, I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
I think that's great. It's
So
poetic.
sadistic, you
It's
know,
poetic.
very, very evil.
I mean, if you had to, you know what I mean? And then you get Harley Quinn as a girlfriend. It's a very similar situation. I feel like it'd be an easy transition.
Patsy, what superhero or villain would you be and why?
I'd be the greenie supervillain because I love greenies and I would just have as much as possible.
Okay, so you would be Joker. I would love to be a villain. Because I'd love to just, yeah, I would love to be, but I think ultimately I'd love to be a superhero, a good superhero. And I would love to be able to be good at everything.
So your villain superpower is being good at everything.
Not just good. No, like not just good, but like
I'm
like
joking.
high excellent, like sick. Like I go skiing. I'm like a top skier. You know?
So you're saying
pick
that
up a
that
flute.
kind of feeds. So like when you're saying that I'm a Kittredge C word
Mm-hmm.
because like everybody shouldn't be a high achiever. Like there should be stuff for normal people. You're saying that that's actually the villain in your eyes.
No, because if I was really good at everything, imagine like what good you could do for the world.
So you would be a hero.
Yeah. Actually, so look, that's a bit of a egotistical answer, isn't it?
No, it's your answer. You know, it's your truth.
Can I think about it and come back?
Yeah. Think about it and come back.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, next question.
I'd like to be a good cook.
So your hero power is making incredible meals for people that are like dealing with the loss of a loved one.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be dealing with the loss. That's deep. No, I'd just like to be a good cook. I'd love to be able to be a whiz in the kitchen. That'd be my superpower.
What would your superhero name be?
Toast. Beans on toast. Beans on toast.
And your outfit just has Heinz beans spilling from it. And it's
Yeah.
got a slight little char, and you're always greasy because you have butter on you. All right, perfect. Okay, so next question. What's your best love song on the album from Liz? All right. Well, being the producer primarily for this, I'm going to let that go over to Kate. I love everything you wrote. So, in your opinion, what's the best love song on the album?
I think the best love song is Flower in the Rain, which I wrote for Brian for his Valentine's Day present because we had no money and couldn't afford to buy each other a present. And so we were like, let's write each other a song. And yeah, and I love it. I love that song I wrote for you. Flower in the
Me
Rain
too.
for me is my favourite. What's yours?
I think that's the best love song for sure.
Yeah.
For me, of course, I think Little Bird it's not a love song in a romantic way. It's a love song in a way of loving someone that's going through a really dark time.
Yeah.
And for me, that song with everything it comes with is in my personal opinion, it's my favorite. It's the most beautiful because what can bring somebody back from life? You know, like
Love.
that
And
love
just
is the strongest thing
and
ever.
just somebody knowing how loved they are. That's all we need. That's all we need as people. Is we just need to know like how loved we are. You know.
Yeah. To be loved and heard and seen is like everything
Yeah.
for the human experience. It's all anyone ever needed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Flower in the Rain for romantic purposes.
Flower in the Rain for boshing. No, it's not one of those like R&B like love ballads. But
No,
like,
that's I Never Thought.
oh yeah.
And you don't even want to hear the demo of what I never thought was.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, it's incredible. It's a great song, but it's like, undo my dress.
Oh yeah,
doing it
it was
tonight.
raunchy. It was
Yeah.
the original demo
So
of
the
I Never
original,
Thought.
right? So what was the original I Never Thought? What was it called? It was called Frosted Lipstick.
Oh yeah, Frosted Lipstick. Yeah.
And it was
Superdrug Frosted Lipstick.
it was actually sort of intended for sync licensing for TV and film. Some of our friends do it, and we got a prompt one day that was like an 80s song sort of. And so originally it was very Prince, very like sort of raunchy in a way, and then over time like that was the 1 minute 11-second intended thing, but you went back to the song and you actually got sort of a different
Remix.
song from it. You got I Never Thought from that, and that's very much like sort of romantic and sort of, you know,
Yeah.
90s believing in love, knowing you're gonna, you know, win the person.
Yeah. And I think also like then the second title, wasn't it? Like I Never Thought You'd Give You Herpes. Next question. Last question.
Oh fuck. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so last question is this is the most randomest question we've got.
Perfect.
So,
I don't think anything can beat Bradley from Florida, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, the first and the last. All right.
I will wait another 11 years.
Who would win in a fight? A horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? And that's from Heather. Think about it. A horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses?
I feel very secure in my answer.
Okay, so this is basically over like quantity. Like this is like fighting in numbers or like solo strength.
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay, why is it a bit of both?
Okay, so for me personally, hands down, 50 duck-sized horses. Because a horse, like, you're talking about legs, you're talking about muscles, strength, resilience, speed.
But they're
okay.
tiny.
Right, but they're horses, right? So a horse can actually jump. You think about all the equestrian stuff, the Olympics. Horses can jump. You get 50 of those things, man. They're like, all right, let me stack on top of you. And they just like stack on top of one another, and then they like take the duck down, you know, from
Yeah.
the head down. I mean, they're horses. They're built. They're stallions, like Mustangs, like
I think
power, muscle.
a horse-sized duck. Because
Okay.
think how big a duck's. What that's a quacker. What's that called?
A
The-
beak.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Think how big that is. So if they were the size of a horse, they could just eat them.
No, but ducks use their beaks for like their feathers to clean themselves. Like think about it. If like
Honey,
four
if
of those
they're in a battle,
horses
they ain't gonna
get
be
one of
cleaning
those
themselves.
feathers, they like pluck out a feather and the duck's like, "Ah!" Right? Like it's no contest.
Yeah.
Definitely the horses, I feel like.
Okay, so he's going with the little things. I'm going with the big dong. And that is the end of our question
All right, perfect.
time.
Perfect.
Is there anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah.
How much you
so
love me?
I do. I love you very, very, very much, you know. I think it's tough, like making an album and then also being married. You know, I think it's very, very tough, but I think we're both up for the challenge, and I'm thankful that you're up for the challenge because as similar as we are, we can also be quite different. You know.
Very different.
But I appreciate your patience and wanting to do it. I want to see you shine more than anybody.
Oh.
You know, so any time that I'm like slightly not, you know, like slightly out of pocket, it's just because I really want to see you shine.
And your belief in me means the world. And I want you to know that I believe in you more than anyone.
Thanks, Kate. All right, Ethel, go listen to the album 111. It's coming out on Monday, March 3rd.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I've never been nervous to release music. I've always been like really excited, like this is the hottest thing ever. I don't care, like everybody get out of the way, like this is it. I
Yeah.
feel that way about this album, but I'm also sort of nervous.
I don't feel nervous. I feel really excited that finally I'm getting like music out there. We're getting music out there. Like, I feel, art is meant to be. I think we're in such a like divided time. The whole world is, and especially this country, and it's just so separated and divided. And there's like a lot of hate. And I think art, and especially music, is really like the one thing that brings it like everyone together. And so I'm not saying my album's going to do that, but I'm saying that I think it's our duty as human beings to put our art out there, whether it's good or bad. And I'm just excited that we're putting something out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think in regards to, being the guy, like laser focused, like quality, like doing things the right way, part of that definitely plays into me. I think that it's as good as we ever could possibly make music, especially here in our studio at home. But more importantly, I think what it does, like what I feel super like, all right, this is it, everybody get out of the way, is it brings the feeling of each individual song, the emotion behind it. You get the point, you feel the music. Like as people, we're the only species of anything on Earth that can like outwardly synchronize ourselves to a source. Like we can listen to sound and synchronize ourselves independently of each other.
There is another thing that can do that.
What?
50 ducks-eyed horses. Was it the other way around?
It's actually a massive rave with horses and ducks. Farm rave.
That's the next album.
Yeah, that's the next big...
Duck, drum and bass.
What is it, like Enchanted Forest? Like Bono and Bonnaroo and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, sick.
Ducks
yeah.
and horses. No, but I think more than ever, you feel the music, and that's all we have ever used music for, like in the history of time, right? So I think you did such a beautiful job of like, putting your feeling into it and writing these songs. And I think I've done a good job of trying to highlight the emotion behind the production and stuff.
Yeah. As long as you can feel something, we've done our job.
So let us know what you feel, Let us know what you think. We're so stoked for you guys to listen to it.
I just burped. I really hope you don't pick that up.
Hey, it's real, people want the real thing. They don't want the polished product. People want to see you. They don't want to see, product. Everybody. This is the other thing. Okay.
You said Prada or product?
Product.
Oh.
Product. No, everybody loves Katie. Like, why does everybody love
Brian.
Ethel so much?
We know.
Everybody has been on this Ethel train. Like, no one else is going to wait 11 years for somebody to release music. People are diehard Ethel fans. They're diehard Katie Schroeder, Ethel, like, whatever you do. You could literally take a poop on a microphone and people would, like, line up to get it.
Anyway, moving forward. That is very sweet, but it's not true, but thank you. But we're very grateful that you've listened to our first little interview. Thank you to everyone that sent in amazing questions. Sorry if yours didn't get picked.
Sorry if we botched the answer.
Yeah, we will be doing another one of these, so watch this space.
Sorry, Bradley, if the answer was not what you were anticipating.
And maybe we can put the hat on the disco ball to close out.
Yeah. Go listen to the album. Let us know what you think. Oh, big shout out, real quick. Big shout out to Three Paws Productions. Yeah. Sam, all of this is possible because of you guys. If you need any video production, editing, filming, anything in the world, that's the person you need to be talking to.
Yeah.
Hands down. Thank you so much, Sam. Big shout out.
Big shout out. We love you.
Yeah. All right, 111. Go listen. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Peace.